Hi and hello everyone, this is Ravindra Babu. Welcome back to my channel Silver 90s BioNit. By the last video, we successfully completed the first two events of central dogma of molecular biology. Those are replication and transcription. Still, the third event, translation, is in pending. In order to know the mechanism of translation in detail, first we need to know the concept of genetic code. Therefore, in this part of videos of molecular basis of inheritance today, we are going to talk about that concept of genetic code. Before we starting this, here a small request from my side, kindly watch all my videos made on this molecular basis of inheritance beginning from video 1 so that you can understand the concepts clearly and completely. And one more request is like and share the videos and subscribe my channel. Let's begin our today's topic, that is genetic code. In earlier video lessons, we discussed in detail about the mechanism of replication and transcription. Here, the process of replication or the mechanism of replication involves the transfer of genetic information from a DNA molecule to another DNA molecule, or copying of genetic information from a nucleic acid to another nucleic acid within a same nucleotide language following the rule of complementarity. The second event of central dogma of molecular biology, transcription. This also involves in the transfer of genetic information from a DNA molecule to a RNA molecule, or copying of genetic information from a nucleic acid to another nucleic acid, but between two different nucleotide languages, but follows the rule of complementarity. Here the language of DNA is ATGC, but here the language of RNA is AUGC. The conclusion is, in these two events of central dogma of molecular biology, the genetic information is being copied from one nucleic acid to another nucleic acid by following the principle of complementarity. But the third event of central dogma of molecular biology, that is translation, involves the transfer of genetic information from RNA molecule to a protein molecule, or the copying of genetic information from a nucleic acid to a protein molecule or polypeptide chain. Though there is no complementarity exists between the nucleotides of a nucleic acid and amino acids of a polypeptide chain. Here the language of nucleotides AUGC of RNA molecule is being translated into the amino acid language of a polypeptide chain, hence the name translation. Earlier there was no theory to explain how does this transfer of genetic information is being translated from the language of nucleotides into the language of amino acids of a polypeptide chain without any complementarity. But they knew that changing in the sequence of nucleotides of RNA molecule or nucleic acid will change the sequence of amino acids in a protein molecule. This led to the proposal of a genetic code which directs the sequence of amino acids in a polypeptide chain during translation. The preparation of genetic code was a challenging task for then scientists. It required the involvement of scientists from different disciplines of a science, such as scientists from biochemistry, scientists from organic chemistry, and scientists from genetics, and even the scientists from physics also. Actually, Gamow, who proposed the genetic code as a code of triplets, belongs to the subject physics. Before this, Gamow, earlier workers suggested that the genetic code is a code of singlets, according to which a single nucleotide of a nucleic acid would code for a single amino acid of a polypeptide chain. Say this is the uridylate, which codes for a single amino acid in a polypeptide chain. Generally, a nucleic acid consists of 4 different types of nucleotides. When each nucleotide of a nucleic acid codes for one amino acid of a polypeptide chain, they would code for only 4 amino acids of a polypeptide chain. Actually, a polypeptide chain consists of 20 different types of amino acids. If these 4 nucleotides codes for 4 amino acids, then what about the remaining 16 amino acids? Based on this ground, this code of singlets was rejected. Later, some workers they proposed the genetic code as a code of doublets, according to which the combination of 2 nucleotides of a nucleic acid would code for 1 amino acid of a polypeptide chain. Say suppose for example AU is a doublet, a combination of 2 nucleotides is coding for a single amino acid of a polypeptide chain. Nothing but 4 types of nucleotides in combination of 2 would form 16 types of doublets. When each of the 16 type of doublets codes for 1 amino acid, they would code for 16 types of amino acids in a polypeptide chain. As a polypeptide chain is made up of 20 different types of amino acids, here still 4 amino acids needs to be coded by these doublet codons. Based on this ground, this code of doublets was also rejected. But later, the Gamow was a scientist who proposed the code of triplets. Code of triplets, according to which combination of 3 nucleotides would code for 1 amino acid. Say suppose for example this is AUG is the combination of 3 nucleotides are coding for 1 amino acid, you know very well, that is methionine. Nothing but 4 types of nucleotides in combination of 3 would code for 64 types of triplet codons. These 64 types of triplet codons codes for 20 amino acids in a polypeptide chain, which means more than 1 triplet codons are coding for 1 amino acid. That is what we call a degeneracy of genetic code, to which we are going to discuss in the next video in the properties of a genetic code. Later, the experimental work of Hargobind Khorana, Nirenberg and Mathai experimentally proved that among 64 codons, 61 codons codes for 20 amino acids of a polypeptide chain, whereas the remaining 3 are considered to be as stop codons, which do not code any amino acid and involves in the termination of the translation process. Hence the name stop codons for these 3 codons. Hargobind Khorana was the first person who took a step forward in deciphering of genetic code. He was the first person who synthesized artificial mRNA molecule by using a biochemical method. By using this biochemical method, he could able to synthesize artificial mRNA molecules of homopolymers and copolymers. Homopolymers and copolymers. Let us see what are these homopolymers and copolymers. Homopolymer is nothing but a polymer having a single type of repeating monomeric units. But copolymer is nothing but a polymer having more than 1 type of repeating monomeric units. Let us see how Hargobind Khorana could able to synthesize these artificial mRNA molecules of homopolymers and copolymers by using this biochemical method. Say suppose for example here he took a ribonucleoside triphosphates of uracil. Nothing but these are the uridylates. He allowed these uridylates for a biochemical polymerization, and finally he synthesized a polymer of uridylates. This is what we call homopolymer. Why it is homopolymer? This is the polymer of nucleotide having only 1 repeating monomeric units called uridylates. Likewise, by taking different combinations of ribonucleoside triphosphates, say suppose for example the combination of adenylates and uridylates, he could able to synthesize copolymers also. Here he allowed these adenylates and uridylates for biochemical polymerization and could able to synthesize a copolymer. Means this is a polynucleotide chain having more than one type of repeating units. What are the repeating units here? Adenylates and uridylates. Later Nirenberg and Mathai. Nirenberg and Mathai were the two scientists who continued the experimental work of Haragovinda Khorana in deciphering of a genetic code, where they allowed these artificially synthesized homopolymers and copolymers of mRNA molecules for cell-free system of protein synthesis. The cell-free system of protein synthesis means in vitro translation or translation mechanism outside of the cell, which resulted into formation of a polypeptide chains. Let us see their experimental procedure and how they could able to decipher the genetic code. Initially, they also took a ribonucleoside triphosphates. They allowed this ribonucleotide triphosphates of uridylates for polymerization. But here they didn't use a biochemical method of polymerization. Instead of biochemical method of polymerization, here they use a enzymatic method. In this enzymatic method, they use a special type of enzyme called Severo-Ochoa enzyme. This is a special type of enzyme which can polymerize the ribonucleotides without using any template. This enzyme was actually discovered by the two scientists. Those were Severo-Ochoa, who was a Japan scientist, and Mary Anne Granberg Manago in the year 1955. Allowing this ribonucleoside triphosphate to this enzymatic method in the presence of an enzyme Severo-Ochoa, here they could able to synthesize the artificial mRNA molecules. As they used only uridylates, here they could able to synthesize a homopolymer of uridylates like this. After that, they allowed this mRNA molecule of uridylates for cell-free system of protein synthesis, and finally they got a polypeptide chain. Here the polypeptide chain, whatever they got here, is having only the amino acids phenylalanines, which confirms that the triplet codons UUU on artificially synthesized mRNA are actually coding for this phenylalanine. In this way, they use different combinations of ribonucleoside triphosphates and allowed for the enzymatic polymerization in the presence of Severo-Ochoa enzyme, and they got artificially synthesized mRNA with different sequences of nucleotides. Through these mRNA molecules, they allowed a cell-free system of protein synthesis to get polypeptide chains. Based on the sequence of amino acids on a polypeptide chain, they could able to identify the type of triplet codons coding for all 20 types of amino acids in a polypeptide chain. By repeating this experimental procedure in this way, finally they were able to give a checkerboard for a genetic code which shows the 64 triplet codons coding for 20 amino acids of a polypeptide chain. And the last concept for this video is genetic code generally expressed in terms of triplet codons of mRNA than DNA. Here the reason is the most of the experimental work in deciphering of genetic code was made on mRNA molecule than DNA molecule. Because of this reason, the genetic code mostly expressed in terms of triplet codons of mRNA than DNA. This is all for today's video. In the next video, I am going to tell you the trick to remember the 64 triplet codons coding for 20 amino acids of a genetic code. Thanks for watching. Like and share the video and subscribe the channel. Vidyaya Amrutam Ashnute.